Sleeping Queens 2, The Rescue, is out. So, in this new version of the Sleeping Queens, the queens are in the main deck. And the queens have to rescue the kings. But unfortunately, the queens are unable to rescue the queens on their own, so they need a helper or a companion who are here. To set up the game, first you need to put the main deck in the middle of the table, draw the top card and place it upwards. If it's a white card, choose another one. Then you should shuffle the rescue companions and put around the main deck, and finally shuffle and put around the kings in a random order. Then all players have to have a knight, and we also have a dice with the numbers 1, 2, 3 and a dragon. During the game play, the player needs to roll the die and draw as many cards as the dice shows. So in this case you will draw 2 cards. This knight has a special power: draw 1 more card than number rolled. So the player can choose or draw 1 more card. And there is a queen. In this case, in this game, the queens are already awakened, so you don't have to do anything with them. This is a wild card, which can be used whenever the player wants to use it during their turn. This white card means that the player can choose any card, any one card from the discard pile. So let's say that this player chose any one number card, number 6, and puts it in front of themselves in their realm. This place where your cards are is called your realm. There are other wild cards in the game, like the switch witch. It must be used when you draw it, immediately when you draw it, and it means that you should swap one of your cards with another player's card and then put it in the discard pile. And another wild card is the Sleeping Willow, which makes your queen fall asleep, all of your queens in your realm. This card again has a lightning in the top corner, which means you must play it when you draw it, and then put it in the discard pile. And the third wild card is the Wild Gnomes. It's a special card. You must play it immediately. If you draw it, you have to roll the dice and do whatever the number means. For example, you can take a face down rescue companion from the middle, or you can steal a card from another player's realm, or take a queen from the discard pile, or swap any 2 knights in the play. In your turn, first you have rolled your dice, then you have drawn the cards, then you have played the wild card, and you can then make a math equation if you can. Obviously, in this case, you don't have enough cards to do them. So it's the other player's turn, and the game goes around this way. Let's say that my player have drawn these cards. In this case, the player can make a math equation. 5 times 2 equals 10. So the player discards these 3 cards and chooses one of the companions, any one of the companions, and put it in their realm. If our player has got a queen who is awake, then the player can play the cards if these little signs matches. And this is the way how you can rescue a king. You have to discard the queen and put the companion card back in this circle face up, and then choose a king, any king you want, and put it in your realm. To win the game, you have to rescue 4 kings in a 2-player game, or 3 kings in a 3 or 4-player game, or 2 kings in a 5-player game. And I haven't mentioned one case. What happens if you roll a dragon? If you roll the dragon, each player passes their knight to the player on the left. So everyone is going to get a new knight, and then you can wake up one of your sleeping queens, and then you roll again. And also there is another way to wake up your queens. You can wake up all of your sleeping queens if you have 2 matching cards. So this player can wake up both of their sleeping queens by discarding the 2 cards of 6. Then there is one important thing. By the end of the turn, you can only have 5 cards in your realm. The kings don't count into the hand limit, and the rescue companion doesn't count in the hand limit, but the queens do count in the hand limit. So if you happen to have 6 cards, you must decide who to discard. Your hand limit is 5. And that's it. It's a fun game, just like the first edition was, so enjoy it.